The mid-1830s to 1850s was a time of conflicts and architectural triumphs and was marred by both man-made and natural setbacks. Block ice from the north arrived in Tallahassee for the first time at Kendon's Candy Shop, but while it might have cooled some things off, the town was heating up during this time with lawlessness, duels, violence, disease, hurricanes, and a devastating fire which nearly destroyed the capital city. The first territorial government had met in a small log cabin. By the time Florida joined the United States in 1845, the construction of a grander Capitol building was established between Adams, Monroe, Pensacola, and St. Augustine streets. The conquest by the U.S. military of Seminole lands continued into 1835, sparking the Second Seminole War. Chief Osceola battled using guerrilla tactics to preserve Native American homelands throughout the state. During the war, Tallahassee was a hub of military activity, with troops moving through the city on their way to Point South. As lawlessness gripped Tallahassee, Francis W. Epps entered public office, beginning what would be decades of community service. He first served as a justice of the peace in the late 1830s, then as the intendant of Tallahassee proper, or what is now considered mayor. After headline-grabbing violence rocked the city, Epps and the city council established ordinances to stamp out disorderly conduct, drunkenness, and even loud, profane language in public. In an effort to enforce these ordinances, Epps and the city council levied a $5 tax to fund a nighttime police patrol. A yellow fever epidemic hit Tallahassee in May of 1841, killing an estimated 10% of the population, which at the time was approximately 1,600. No one was immune. Former Governor Robert Raymond Reed and his family died, and Governor Richard Keith Call got the disease but was fortunate to live. Many of the dead from the city were buried in today's Old City Cemetery. Shortly after the epidemic, another disaster struck the city. On May 25, 1843, a great fire burned much of downtown. Many of the city's wooden buildings, made of flammable pitch pine, crowded together, fueled a huge fire engulfing 7 city blocks. No lives were lost at the time of the fire, but one consequence was that people left Tallahassee for the California gold rush and homesteaded cheap land in Texas, leaving a dwindling town population. For those who stayed, there was a new resolve to create public works to protect and make Tallahasseans' lives better in the future.